Yeah, I made sure everything's good to go.
I knew you were going to say that.
I wanted to make sure because I got here early. I've been up. Oh, sorry.
All right. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Sacred Society podcast with myself, your ex,
Dadpool.
Butcher Brand.
Okay, so you were saying right now, Sam read Vex Eject.
Yes.
Nice. And he gave you a 10.
He did. He kept hitting me up every once in a while. Hey, oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. Da da da. And of course, character he really liked is. So I'm like, too bad the book wasn't titled that guy. Maybe it'd be live.
Oh shit!
I have a feeling that character is gonna make an appearance later on.
You have to write a character that describes Sam now.
Yes.
Sam and Rivers at least. I mean,
yeah.
The only reason why I say it is because Rivers can be just they're down the alleyway. Vex looked and saw a tattered old Mexican. And then moved on with his life. Rivers, no. So when you make your billions of dollars and you're sitting there next to Kirkman and everybody else, during the invisible panels, they're like, okay, so in episode 7, there was a small Hispanic guy in the back with a brostache.
It was Barack Obama.
It was a brostache, and his name was Rivers.
And I think he was pissing on someone. That's why they call him Rivers.
Yeah. How you boys doing today?
Good, man.
Good.
It's been a fun week.
Yes.
I finally watched all the Invincibles. I didn't realize that I had stopped on one of the episodes in the second season. I don't know. I saw something shiny and wandered off in another direction.
Well, didn't they do like a mid, like they did a half a season?
Yeah,
so that's
no, but I paused it during the during the episode. I was like,
"You're like, I'm over this shit." Superheroes,
Pop-Tarts.
What'd you think?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I don't like how he has the dark eyes on his new suit.
He looks like
really dumb.
He looks like a bug. I don't like the suit in general.
It's like kind of like Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
yeah.
When I saw the suit initially, like from the get-go, all I see is the Image logo.
That's
all I ever saw. I was like, "Oh, Image Boy, here he comes."
I like the writing in it. I mean, there's some things that are kind of, I don't know, like the Mark's thing in season 3 about his like social conscience of things.
Yeah,
and his like, but boy, we have to do this, but we can't do that. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like
you can literally snap your fingers and heads come off.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, things are possible.
And the one thing he breaks every single day is his dick off in his own ass. Right? Jesus Christ.
What I don't understand is like he's so powerful, yet he gets his ass beat
every
all the time.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you?
Well, like he's been what's it called? Threatening Cyril. Tell him like, stay away from my family or I'll fuck you. Cecil, there you go. And he's like, stay away. And then all of a sudden he's like,
yeah.
You're making me poop my pants.
Instantly.
Yeah, Walter Goggins for the win, man. That's Uncle Baby Billy right there.
Yes.
No, I enjoy it. I can say that at least from the perspective of the writing of the show, they take it serious, and I like that they do, because again, this is kind of the thing we were talking about last week with the whole can comic books be great writing with not being as dark. It is a very bright show, and that show is dark as fuck. Yeah. Speaking of things, GL had come in and said that when the new Superman movie comes out, he would like to sit down with us and talk about it. I said, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Have you ever, out of your years of being a comic book guy, I've only met like 2 in my life that have been as such a Superman enthusiast like GL.
I don't know anyone who loves Superman that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I always liked Superman. And when I was, a kid and went to see Christopher Reeve in that movie, that was like, Superman was it. Even at the fair, I'm throwing the dimes in the fucking goldfish bowl to get that poster of Christopher Reeve.
Hell yeah.
So at those times, yeah, sure. You're like, fuck yeah, Superman's badass. But then you're like, I mean, he's no Batman. He's no Spidey. Well, I finished all the Spideys as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I really like it.
Yeah.
well done. I'm like, I want more, you know. So if I want more, then
well, that's the funny thing about Spider-Man. Like, I was just reading about how the contract that Sony and Marvel have, the reason why they can't use Spider-Man in any live action. So, as much as the fans and I, including myself, would love to see Spider-Man as a street level hero doing time in Daredevil Born Again, it will never happen. They won't give the rights for a live action Spider-Man to be on a TV series. But animated, they can do animated all day, but it has to only be 30-minute format. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. And even now, I guess I
am Sony. I speak you.
You cannot make a Spider movie.
Well, now there's rumors that Tom Holland's not even going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. But it's not.
It's going to be Tom Hanks.
Going to be in it. No. It's just that he's not going to be able to do a lot of the filming of him in the suit. It's going to be probably his stunt double or somebody that's probably a stunt double. And then any of the regular scenes where his face is on.
It'll be like Mandalorian.
Because I guess he's working on another film. He's working on Odyssey.
So yeah, which is the Christopher Nolan one with Matt Damon.
Right.
I mean,
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
He's too old. It's been a while, dude. Like I forgot who the fuck was I watching yesterday.
Right, he's literally putting in that fucking Grecian formula to turn his hair dark.
I'm not even joking. There was somebody I was watching yesterday that I remember watching like clips of. It was some YouTuber, but they were like doing art and like buy these supplies, check these out. I really like these papers, and I've seen them and referenced this artist a bunch. Lamyra is her name. L.A. Myra, Miyra, and yeah, I mean, like I'm so used to like, oh, this is a great explanation of how to use watercolor, how to use this. So it randomly popped up. I guess she had thrown a new video up, and I was like, oh, I'll check it out, see what it is. And in my head, I'm still watching it as if I was living in LA when I first found her. And that was 2012, 2011.
Dang.
And so I saw her and I was all, good God. then I looked at the mirror and I was like, oh. I looked down at my screen.
Yo, who put a face on a dumpster? Oh, shit, I'm looking at myself in a mirror.
Exactly. No, she just looks so much older. And I mean, in my head, it's only a few years, but it's been
13
years. Yeah. And so... That being said, I mean, Tom Holland, when's the last time he's actually been Spider-Man? Was the No Way
Home.
Right?
That was like, what, 6 years ago?
No, that had to have been 4 years ago. Yeah. So, I mean, within that small time. And then how long was it?
It was 4 years.
4 years plus how long it took to shoot that movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. So 2-3 years
Right,
before.
so he hit puberty, and now he's, got a house, and he's in his 30s.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking at retirement.
He's all, gosh, I sure am late for my class.
Okay, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, the only real fantasy part of fucking or Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is believing that Tobey Maguire or Kirsten Dunst were fucking 15, 16. He's oh, gee golly gosh.
It's all, what is that fucking Mr. Bean or whatever where Brad Pitt goes in reverse?
Benjamin Button disease.
Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought beans. Probably because I'm hungry.
Get this man
it's
some
that
Benjamin
world where
beans.
everyone's born old and then they get younger.
Yeah. Isn't it like the Mork? Yeah, I remember they had.
He showed
Jonathan
up.
Winters.
Jonathan Winters was the baby.
Yeah, Mirth.
God. X is like, what?
What the fuck?
Mark and Mindy.
What's a spork? That's what you get in school.
Or at KFC.
Nanu. But no, I mean I don't want to see anything like really from Spider-Man outside of the animated stuff, because at least like they have a little more heart in it, right?
Yeah.
I feel that with at least because I like Tom Holland.
I feel like that show hits with me more than it does with my kid, because we watched it together and she seemed to like it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't like it as much as I like it.
Right.
Well, and I have an investment in Spider-Man though from, way
physically
younger.
and mentally. Yes, we know.
I mean, you saw me in my video, The Sacred Spider.
He's like, he's gonna jump.
He's not. He's gonna fall and he's gonna hurt.
Yeah. My fucking car.
Come here and lay down so I can catch you. I'm a human blanket.
Yeah, exactly. No, my favorite, but I mean not so favorite nemesis, Dr. Octopus.
Oh, look who it is, Captain Calorie. Oh, my best teammate. Look at me.
Oh man.
Oh, we need the carb load. We're gonna fight crimes. The only crime here is we're out of sour cream.
Sauerkraut.
Yeah. Oh man. But I mean, let's Superman, right?
Yeah.
What GL has a very specific affinity for it, even though his nickname is Green Lantern.
Yeah, I like it.
But I mean, like, I get it. The only statement that I absolutely cannot agree with, no matter what, and I love him and I love Buffy to death. It's more. I mean, I'm not. Buffy never said this, but he's like that. He believes, to his opinion, this isn't like a broad stroke, right, that the Superman animated series is better than the Batman animated series.
Oof.
And yeah, exactly. That is completely fucking wrong.
I'm a human blanket. Come lay down. I'm going to stop you.
And, yeah, it looks like Mama's wrong. Yeah, Bobby. No, you're wrong. No, but I get it though, because anything in the Tinimation universe, I don't think it's better. Like, I don't think Batman's better than Superman. I think they all survive in their pockets well.
Right. Look how bright that is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's supposed to be bright. And look how dark Batman is. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be dark.
But what I love is that I can care about that character in the Tinimation verse. I can care about Superman. I can care about Martian Manhunter. I care more about Martian Manhunter in 3 episodes of the actual show than I do in almost any of the comics. One of my what is a guilty pleasure for you to collect as far as comic book characters? I saw that smile.
Of course, my head goes right to Naughty Town.
Mole Star.
Whoa! Pump the brakes there, Jackson.
It's the special edition.
Mole Star's revenge.
Nothing is popping to my forefront here.
Hold on, real quick. Unbolting Future. I wonder if that's Rodrigo. No. Can you ask Chris his thought on Brian reaching Grandmaster in Marvel Rivals?
What? How much time are you spending on that computer? My God, like, what do you have to do to accomplish that? Because I don't play Marvel Rivals at all. So,
I don't know.
Is that the one on the phone?
No, it's a PC game or something like that. It's like
we're too employed for this question.
Yeah. I don't.
That's the one
for those out there that are not aware, I only play one game, Fallout 4.
Yeah. You know what he fucking told me the other day? How long have you played Fallout 4?
Oh God! Since it came out, since it got released, I think it was like maybe 6 months after it got released. A friend of mine gifted me a PS4, and then gave me a copy. I think he gave me a copy of Fallout 4 with it, and I've played that game so much that even now, the last game that I picked up was in 2019 at the beginning of COVID, and that's when I started my Wolf Malone character. Yeah. And of all the times that I've played, and I'm talking like most of these characters that I've played are usually at level like 150 to 200 easily.
Yeah. So you've been playing it since what, 14?
2014, 2015, something like that.
Okay, so he's been playing a total of 10 years on this game. And he tells me the other day, yeah, dude, I fucking found out this whole thing about this mission. And I was all...
It's in the instruction manual.
Kind of, yeah. Really? You're like, well, you play.
No,
I know, but he goes, yeah, I've never really played the main missions. I just go and do my own thing, which that's what the beauty of those games are. You can kind of just do whatever you want. And it kind of dawned on me.
I get groceries for my neighbor. I ran over here.
I grow crops. Yeah. I have a whole trade crop.
Dude, I had a kid.
I have an alcohol caravan that just brings alcohol to all the different settlements.
Lord, thank God you didn't treat Iz like a goddamn fucking main campaign, because that shit would have never gotten taken care of.
Well, that's just it.
I got dysentery and died.
Well, that's just it. The whole game, you're supposed to find your son, and the last game that I played before I started Wolf Malone, I had gotten all the way to the point to where you're getting all the components that you need to get to the Institute. And no matter what I fucking did, it would not work.
Right.
And finally, I looked up on some message boards and like, what do I do? And they said basically, what if that happens? It means that your file is so corrupted that you would have to go back so far in order to, like, basically I'd have to start over. Yeah. And at that point I was like, fuck it, I'm never gonna finish this game. So from that time I never beat the game, the actual game itself.
Code name file corrupt.
Yeah, exactly. So when I
know who my next character is gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
So in 2019 when I restarted, my whole idea was I'm just gonna play through the main mission and beat it. And I just got into the settlement thing and just building settlements. I found a couple of channels that I was watching on YouTube, and they were showing you some tricks of the trade. And
are these all NPCs that you're building for?
Yeah. Well, you have some that are your companions that you can go roll with them and go.
But
without.
I mean, they're all
for the most of them,
they're all computer run,
and
right?
I'll get into that later. But
no, there's no real friends on this.
No, there's no real friends. No real friends.
Wolf.
Yeah.
Wolf walks alone.
No. With 2 L's.
Wolf Malone with 2 L's because that's how alone he is.
Yes.
Wow. So you're like, Wolf?
Yeah, my
name is Wolf.
Yeah.
Wolf Malone. But I was telling him the other day, I finally just picked it up and I started going through the mission to actually beat it. So now I've made it to the point where I've met my son, who's now older than me, because you don't know how long you've been in stasis. Like basically, like the whole thing is your kid gets kidnapped and you see it happen to you when he's a baby.
It's not even your kid; it's like his great grandson.
No, it's him. It's just you. He like you. The last time you saw your son, he was an infant. The next time you see him, he's like in his 60s, 70s. Like he's old. He's an old man, and it's funny like. So now
I was changing your diapers, and now I'm changing your diapers.
Yeah. Now I have synths that are changing his diapers. Yeah. That's what it is. But
so back to the thing, because the question,
Superman thing. Right?
Well, this will tie into it. So when it comes down to a guilty pleasure of a character that you collect, mine's Red Tornado. I don't know what I mean. I've always been into like robot. Well, we have always been into robots. But something about him and like Amazo, it always was cool because he was essentially in between Amazo and Martian Manhunter. But his story got retold like 3 times until Justice League of America number like 237 or 137. And so anytime I find a Red Tornado cover, I always collect it. I don't know why, it's just there. I couldn't even tell you the motherfucker's real name. You know what I mean? Because it's been redone so many times.
That's I do have a couple. Like
sure.
Machine Man.
Yeah.
Okay. And Devil Dinosaur. And those were only because of Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had somebody else, and it just shot right out. That's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, I was having a bout of that this morning.
COVID brain.
Is it a mystic? Is it a superhero? Is it an ancient?
I want to say
celestial monster.
I want to say it was a superhero, but
Marvel, DC.
You know what I like too are those Charlton bullseyes that have like the knockoff Avengers and Honky Dookie. Yeah. I'm Honky Dookie, motherfucker. You're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah, exactly.
Lay on him.
Yeah, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka.
Honky Dookie in the blanket of pain. Don't spit that out.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah, the old Charleston. Well, explain what Charleston was before he got bought out.
I don't even know who bought him. Well, DC bought all those characters, right? Yeah, they were just a indie brand back in the day, like how they had Gold Key, and I mean there were several companies at the time, but they did. The book was called The Mighty Crusaders, and it was basically just like they had all their knockoffs. They had the guy who was like the Star Spangled idiot, Star Spangled guy, and they had like I don't know, I can't even remember all of them. They had like the Black Hood, and they were cool. And the reason why I picked those up was because Alex Toth did a backup story of the Fox, which he's completely a black suited character just with these white eyes. kind of like how the original Spider-Man symbiote suit is. But if you know who Steve Rude is, Steve Rude did Nexus. He's another one who's huge with Alex Toth and does lots of studies. But he would break down panels and the way that the shadows would wrap around. You know how Alex Toth would define form with shadows wrapping around a body.
Yeah, even the volume
without any outline. You figure, I have to have an outline. It's like, no, you don't. You just, if you infer this and infer that, your brain will fill everything else out.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, see, but that's the whole point is, so GL thinks that, GL, his proclamation on this episode of Honky Dookie, the Tower of Doom, Tower of Pain. He says that the Superman animated series to him is much better than the Batman one. And I think that's what...
Now, does he like Batman less than Superman already?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, then...
But that's what I'm saying. Rather than having people argue about it, I think what the Tinimation verse did really well is it brought in somebody who would like, let's just say, Superman. Let's say you like The Flash, I like Batman, and you like Green Lantern. All of us are like, all right, cool. In Young Justice, which is its own version, but they take a lot of the good writing of, especially like the older guys, like Paul Dini, and they'll take them in and they'll say like, okay, cool, let's write this character where Red Tornado is the overseer for Titan's Tower or the Titan Mountain, and in his dying breath against his siblings, he tries to reason with them like a man, and then he saves the kids, and then this whole thing. And it's only like 2 episodes, but it makes you care enough about this character that eventually when he comes back, they never really touch on him again, but you know who he is. What I loved about the Tinimation verse is you could get 2 episodes of something, and if it ever got a spinoff, the spinoff was its own comic and world. Whoever was on those projects really gave a shit about that character. You can't say that a lot about current stuff because it's more of a slate, right?
Yeah.
Current DC just...
Everything's all planned.
Yeah.
It's knocked out all the way down for how long?
So like your guilty pleasures all the way down to the Charleston stuff, like that is a really good representation. In Justice League Unlimited, they have them go back in time with Jonah Hex. And they show all the Elseworlds. 99% of the Justice League Unlimited is just Elseworld shit. And so when you watch it, you're like, oh, this is a really interesting one. Why would they go into the future where it's like Nazis? And then Batman's future self is very much like Batman Knopf when they do Red Sun. And you're like, yeah, these are just separate stories. Yeah. Oh, cool. The new DC slate has been completely eradicated. Yeah. So they canceled all the games, the Wonder Woman one. They canceled all the side shows. They canceled Swamp Thing. And now they're saying that they're worried, or execs are worried that people won't like B characters in the new film for Superman, and that it's going to flop. I thoroughly believe if Warner Brothers executives are worried about it, it's probably fucking good.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
When has an executive ever made a good decision?
Not there. I mean, shit, dude. There was a conversation about the whole thing with
in regards to movies, like comic movies and things like that.
Even now with the game division, Suicide kills the Justice League. If you ever have time and you want to go on YouTube, and I'm speaking to anybody out of the people that are watching online or listening later, excuse me. If you get a chance, go watch. I think it's called Gamers Little Playground. They're an awesome free channel, but they have game movies. They don't talk during them. They just cut it up like it's a movie. And they do the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, and it is really fucking good.
Oh, damn.
It's funny. It's funny as shit. It's out there. It's weird. And I get why people didn't like it because it's in the Arkham universe. But it's like you have to sign on to play, pay to play, all these different things. And WB needs to find ways to make more money off everything, which their business, that's their job. Yeah. But they don't care about stories anymore. They care about just solely profit. So now that the slate is caught out and it goes, cool, here's A, B, C, D, E, versus where it was like hopscotch. you can make it 3 squares ahead, then you have to think, how are you going to skip back and forth versus just planning out 5 years in advance.
It's a new world, though.
It is 100% a new world. I don't agree with Superman, the animated series, being better, but I do think that it holds its own completely.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. If a thing was truly better, it would have stuck around much longer. And people go, well, people don't like that. Then that tells you it's better.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, how many years did Batman animated series, how many seasons did it have?
It had 1 season. And then the other 2 that it did was the Batman and Robin Adventures.
So
where they redesigned things. And then from season 3, it went to Batman Beyond. And then they had Mask of the Phantasm. And then they made 3 more animated movies. But that was a great time for.
You know what was a great one was World's Finest when they
World's Finest was good.
They team up.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, was it World's Finest or was it the Superman series that Superman dresses up?
It was no.
They did. That was that was a good episode. I know which one you're talking about, where Batman or Superman takes on Batman's costume. Oh my!
And Bane tries to hit him.
Yes, yes. That. Oh my God, that's probably one of my favorite episodes.
But just like World's Finest and DC Comics Presents, you have a lot of I say this time and time again, but the gold and silver age of your guys' era growing up, those writers were at the tail end of their careers, but they gave that little bit that really fucking mattered, because that's awesome. Like, I remember being a kid and being like, oh, you fucked up.
Yep.
You fucked up. And I don't even give a shit about Superman, but I did care about it enough. Did you guys ever see Tim Miller's the DC Universe Online?
No.
You never saw that? I'll put it on the screen for us in a bit, but Tim Miller, when he was working on his earlier years with all the video game stuff, he had Dini and one other guy write with him how to convey something for video games. And it's only like 3-4 minutes long, dude, but it is fucking phenomenal. Because they open it up with Green Arrow dead, Metallo dead, and I believe it's Huntress in the front dead as well. And then they just go back and forth. I want to see this version of Superman, but like, give me 1 second, I'll pull it up.
Yeah. You know which one I did like was the Batman Superman animated movie that they put together.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The World's Finest one.
Is that the one? No, because I thought there was a.
Yeah, where Bruce comes to Metropolis.
Yes,
and because Lex, the Joker, to deal with the Lex Luthor and that is World's Finest.
That scene when Superman shows up, when Batman's trying to get answers, and he's like telling him, like, basically trying to put Batman in his place, and then he peeks and he sees who he is, like, Bruce. He's like, you peeked. And then later on, Superman is flying home. And he looks around, shoots out to, like, out in the city, and you see all the way.
Yeah, and he's looking at him.
And Batman goes like that, and gives him the signal, like, I got you.
I thought it was kind of funny, too, when Lois Lane was all, oh, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, but that movie, yeah, I went and bought that movie because I was like, dude, that was a fun version to see them. And then the team up at the end.
So there's a 3-issue miniseries called World's Finest that was all illustrated by Steve Rude.
Steve Rude?
Who did Nexus, who I was talking about a little bit earlier. But I got him to draw me a Batman because he was doing the, like, original Batman costume style in his style. And, yeah, I still have that piece. And he drew it on frickin' tracing paper. Just knocked it out, and bam.
Just kind of like, here you go. Is it going to be able to show it to them, or
no? They can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can't show it legally.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
We can talk over it.
Yes.
Taco.
So this came out 12 years ago, 13 years ago,
something like that. Yeah.
And
Tom Hanks Superman. What in the hell?
No, please don't look at
that. Why doesn't he have pants on?
Exactly.
He's just wearing a cape. Holy shit.
I'm an artist. I need inspiration. Okay, 14 years ago this came out. Let's see if it plays without any fucking bullshit. But I remember seeing this. So it was an online game. It was very much WoW, like World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
I don't like games like that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate games.
I like
that.
I like where you have to build something and then go get resources.
No,
like,
see, I'm okay with that.
Command and Conquer,
like Diablo, where you're looking over the character and the character is running third person.
Yeah, it's hard for me.
I can't do
third
that
person.
shit. Yeah, I can't do that shit.
What's that other game that they have the third person? Gears of War.
No, not that third person. I'm talking about where the character is this big.
You're like a
dungeon scroller.
It's a bird's eye view.
Yes. I can't play games like that. Stuff like that.
Like that person too small. I can't be him.
So while I wait for this to load up, Unbolting Future asks, what are all of your thoughts on Marvel Rivals putting a spotlight on some Marvel heroes that haven't gotten a lot of love?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know.
I don't know what the game.
I don't know what characters. I know there's Moon Knight in there and Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, and they're adding more and more. Like I just saw a thing that they have like a full roster of a lot of X-Men characters, just a bunch of people. Like obviously they're gonna do Gambit and Rogue and Cyclops and Beast, and they had Deadpool on there. He's on the slate. God, I should have saved it. But yeah, there's a lot of characters.
You mean Deadshot?
No.
Deadpool in
Marvel Rivals.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You mean Deadshot?
Yeah.
What about
Deadshot.
Robin? You fucking liar!
Yeah. What about Night?
Because I see DC on
Robin
the
is
screen.
dead.
It's Zatanna, you dipshit.
You fucking leave her out of this.
And fucking Spawn.
What about the Max?
It's taken over 100 episodes for me to be that fucking stupid.
The Max. Yeah. And my cohort Pad.
Well, who are some of the characters that are in the game?
In what, Marvel Rivals?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just know
is
that
like the one where all the girls are like super voluptuous and they
I
jiggle
did see
all
Alice.
over?
Is that's the character that Sue Storm becomes, or when she's like that
She's got the S&M.
Yeah. Because there's been a couple girls that are doing cosplay of it, and I know that the some of the stuff when Rivals first came out, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, the Geek Den, I think that's what it is on YouTube. He was playing Marvel Rivals and showing it all off. But I know that they had like Venom, they had Spider-Man, they had Wolverine, Hulk. I know the Fantastic Four, I think have finally made it on there. It looks fun. It just kind of reminds me of Fortnite, and I don't really play any of those types of games. Like I don't play Fortnite. I used to play like Call of Duties and stuff like that, but even then
I thought you played Call of Booty.
I do like Call of Duty. But no, it's just I don't know. I haven't played any of those games, and again, because like I said, I'm stuck on fucking Fallout. All I do is just build shit and go around, get resources. Now I started doing more and more of the side quests. I've been finding more and more stuff like you can actually do in the game, secret weapons, armor sets, like you name it. That's all I fucking do.
I play Polytopia on my phone.
What's
I've been
that?
playing. It's like
one of those games?
like a capture the flag kind of thing,
Okay.
and build your units, and I've been playing that for like 7 years. And my kids are like, "Oh, I like that game, Dad, too." And oh, how come you have all these characters? Because I paid to unlock these, and I invested like $8 in this game.
Right.
But I'm playing it for years, and every day at some point I'll like, oh, let me see if I
Where
can,
I'm at. Yeah.
go
Do some damage.
because I don't have a lot of time to sit around and invest hours and hours and hours. I got books to write that no one's
You
going to
got
buy.
comics to draw.
I got shit to draw.
Yeah, that's right.
Books to write. Babies to kiss and women to
Marvel
shake hands
Rival
with.
Okay. So we have Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Groot, Magic. That would make sense because there's been a fucking uptick in people being like, "Do you guys have Magic?" I go, "Yes, we have cards." No, the comic. Yes, there are Magic the Gathering.
No, it's
it's Magic.
It's
No,
Magic
no,
with
K.
K.
and then they're like,
Yeah.
"No, not MTG." Go the Magic Order. Absolutely not. Yeah, but they want Magic. Mantis, Rocket Raccoon, Loki, Luna Snow.
Who's that?
A Korean pop star who uses her ice powers to protect people in the Pacific Rim across the world.
I thought she just made cocaine.
Previously in like far,
that's odd because that girl that popped up, that's Anya or whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah.
She played Magic in the New Mutants movie.
Oh, that's
Magneto,
right. That's right.
Punisher, Hela, Hulk, Iron Man, Penny Parker, Scarlet Witch, Namor, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Storm, Captain America, Adam Warlock, Jeff the Land Shark, Venom, and Luna Snow Marvel Rivals.
Cocaine maker.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, there's a lot of people. It's kind of true though, but in a digital age, that's going to be the way you're going to find out about new characters.
Yeah.
There's that Miku girl. She is like a Japanese AI based off of some singer's voice, and like people. I guess she's in Fortnite now, and people are like, "Oh my god, this is who it is." But the earlier Gen Zers, the older Gen Zers, I should say. I'm sorry. They are like, how the fuck do you not know that? It's because I have a fucking life without online. But also Gen Alpha, the kids that don't.
Because I don't eat Hot Pockets for breakfast, dipshit.
Okay, so this is DC Universe Online.
Hot Pockets and hot cocoa.
Hot Pockets may contain inappropriate children.
I don't even know if they can hear it.
Not actual gameplay.
The power to turn it up.
You're like Magneto.
Oh, it's...
You really thought you were doing that?
No.
Fucking
I saw him.
White Queen over here.
Okay, we have Dead. There's Green Arrow, there's Poison Ivy.
That was fucking one of them just got tossed.
She grabbed him right in the cloister.
There's Wonder Woman. Giganta.
I would not want to date her. She is expensive to feed.
Oh, shit.
Legendary Kevin Conroy.
Yes.
Deathstroke. Circe. Lex. Wonder Woman fighting. Oh, you can kind of see it on the screen.
God damn.
Wow.
Fucking beheads him right there.
Oh shit, Deathstroke.
Buff Joker.
Fucking the slowest Flash ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
right?
to Mark Hamill. This part right here. Look at this. Black Adam versus Green Lantern.
So, fuck you, Dwayne Johnson.
Damn, she snapped his sword.
Oh, that's Duke.
Damn.
Okay. Wonder Woman's down. Black Adam taking on fucking Green Lantern.
Oof.
Look at those eyebrows.
Slowest Flash ever.
He is slow.
I know, what the hell?
Shizuki.
Fucking creates an entire atomic blast.
Batman's
Cyborg.
like, oh hell no, I'm out. That's just sad.
Fuck.
I mean, it fucking definitely would work against a Green Lantern.
Oh yeah.
Batman gets up. Deathstroke with Wonder Woman's lasso of truth.
So, tell me where the Hot Pockets are hiding.
Dead Harley.
Damn.
Rocket launcher to Batman.
Good God. Lex.
Fucking kills Wonder Woman. Lex. There's Superman.
Oh. Superman.
This is the Superman I want to see. how they should have treated Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, like this. Go eat pancakes somewhere else.
Oh,
lobotomizes him.
Fuck.
Well, he's been sitting in front of the sun just charging his batteries.
That's true.
Yeah. He turns their entire blood into kryptonite.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Kryptonite spear straight through Superman's heart from Lex. Lex says that he wins, looks immediately up, and he sees...
Brainiac.
Oh.
And then it fast forwards.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Had returned. For years, you've been stealing the powers of Earth's protectors, but we were too busy fighting amongst ourselves to see the danger. With you three dead, Brainiac quickly eliminated the remaining heroes. The lucky ones died fighting. Finally, I alone survived. A rat in the walls of the Brainiac construct. I have traveled through time to
They're in the
warn
Hall of
you.
Justice in space.
This is my past, but your future. And it means the end of humanity, so together we must change it.
What have you done, Luthor?
Given you a fighting chance.
He's lying. It's some kind of trap. Why should we trust you?
Because if you don't, Earth is doomed.
And
Why
then
does Batman have British teeth?
he has an underbite. But no, so there's three parts to those videos. That did extremely well as a story. So when Tim Miller did that one, it was a good representation of like what the Trinity would have to go through with everybody. Because when they did Justice League versus Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, you already arrive into a place where it was Justice League Day that they were celebrating with the parade to the Hall of Justice, and then Brainiac came in and then immediately took over their bodies. But you find out that basically what he does is he replicates them, and then he just shreds the bodies up like in a blender, because it's just biomass that he uses for the ship. And then so what you're fighting is a version of them.
Yeah.
But it's just immediate. Those are fucking great stories, man. Like, those are really well done. What Marvel has a hard time doing and what DC has a hard time doing is having people like Tim, having people like Dini, having people like Drescher, Tim, all these different creators where, again, here's one project, take that project and then work on that solely.
Yeah.
And versus a slate. How many Marvel movies have been like announced? Even now with
they've pulled back quite a bit. And matter of fact, they just canceled 3 shows that I know of. One I was kind of curious how they were going to pull this off was Nova. They canceled that one, and then there's rumors that Cavill was actually in the run not to play Nova, but he was actually going to be a villain. He was supposed to be the voice of Nihilus, or at least this is the rumors that are out there. But that project is kind of
Nihilus from Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So,
Well, I saw
Strange Academy was another one that they were going to do, and it sounds like they canceled it. But it's like they're going to try to do something different, because right now, the Russo brothers, their big project is we're just trying to get Doomsday and Secret Wars done, but they're also in charge of the X-Men mutant saga that's coming right after, and that's going to lead us into the X-Men versus the Avengers eventually storylines. But what they're thinking about doing is taking, instead of doing the Strange Academy, making it the Mutant Academy, so that this way they can kind of introduce some of the mutants, because they're going to start sprinkling the mutants through these next few movies. We're gonna start to see them, so that by the time we get to Secret Wars, it'll make sense why these folks are even in the movie.
That's why I said that the video game version of things is going to be much more prevalent for the younger generation, because you're hearing people, I know it's a joke for the most part, but most people are like, oh, it's the Fortnite person. It's the Fortnite person. But in reality, that's kind of what they want. You know, when's the last time you heard anybody? I've had so many issues of Magic. Like her run when they did her, what it was, 80s, late 80s?
Yeah. Probably even the 90s, because she didn't really start getting. She popped up on the scene in the New Mutants.
Yeah, that movie.
No, in the comics.
The comics.
In the 80s, but
her stuff and Jeff the Shark have absolutely like shot through the roof.
Yeah.
Where even Pep had mentioned when we were on the Discord, I said, "Hey," one of our guys had come in and goes, "Oh, dude, can I grab this book?" And it was Jeff. It's Jeff,
right?
#1. And I was like, "I fucking knew we had those. Do you know where you found them?" I was like, "Yeah." So I put them aside because Edwin wanted 2 of them, and we had droves of that shit, and nobody wanted it. Now that it's a video game, everybody, and they're going for $40 a pop. Versus Magic, her first appearance was going for like $25-$30. Now it's going for like $165.
Really?
Yeah, and
is that in an X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, or is that in New Mutants?
Both.
Wow.
No, what is her first official appearance?
New Mutants is what I remember her from, but I do believe it'd have to be X-Men because it has to tie to Colossus.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it's there, and then she becomes more prevalent in New Mutants. Because, yeah, that and Alpha Flight, because I know like Puck and the other ones where they have their first appearances, it like our memory works the same. There's no reason I would think of another book if it didn't belong there. I know Puck isn't outside of Alpha Flight,
right?
As far as origin, I would assume it's Uncanny.
So, Alpha Flight's origin was X-Men number. Well, Guardian shows up first. Mm-hmm. And fights Wolverine. He's going to take him back to Canada.
Right.
Because Trudeau's like, no, Trump is dead. We need him back. No, that's our best asset. Just kidding. But it was like 120, 121 of Uncanny, or of the X-Men. I don't know if it was called Uncanny X-Men at the time. But that was Alpha Flight's first.
Yeah, appearance.
And second appearance. Yeah, I love Alpha Flight. That's a very underrated book from back in the day. That's another one of those.
We'll see it on Marvel Rivals or Fortnite soon enough.
Yeah.
I mean, because Sasquatch, which was basically the equivalent of the Hulk. He's not as strong, but he was in the same. He knew Bruce Banner and all that, and I always thought Puck was cool because he was short and hairy, and I'm short and hairy.
You're not that short.
I'm not that hairy.
All right, enough of this bullshit.
Yeah.
What's been going on in real life?
For who? For me?
For
us?
There's only 3 of us in the room.
It's all.
And one of them's asking a question.
Let's go out and see who's in the fucking peanut gallery.
Things are good. I can't complain. There's a lot of changes at the old intergalactic.
Changes.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, we're just trying to get rid of our storage unit. So, right now it's
a blowout
It's
sale?
a blowout sale. I'm trying to convince him to just put a lot of this shit at like $10 to $15.
When those figurines are I'm talking the action dolls are at five a piece. I'm walking in there with a $20 bill.
I know.
Coming out with a team.
No, I told him we need to do some kind of Luck of the Irish sale for March so we can clearance out a lot of this stuff because it's just it's too much at this point. But we've been getting a lot more of the we just got our Magic in. Finally, hey, we got Magic. The Aether Drift in, so that's kind of nice to have. We got in some more miniatures, so I know for a lot of our D&D people, they've been like, when are you going to get your new stock? So we found a box this last week or on Monday, so we got some new product for that. What else did I was just going to say that we got something else.
You guys got 40K figures and all that.
We have the Joy Toy 1/18 scale.
Oh yeah, you have those bigger toys,
which are phenomenally well done. All the articulation, the detail on them, phenomenal. We got the D&D Monster Manual in, the new one that just came out, 2025 edition, 50th anniversary. So we got those in, which I was stoked to see that because now that we've been playing, it's kind of I don't know. I never thought I'd see myself at 50 playing D&D and enjoying it as much as I do, and like.
You're all playing D&D, no ladies around.
Yeah.
He's like, I never
all the pizza I want.
Yeah.
He's like, I never saw myself at 50 playing D&D. Anyways, so Wolf Malone, he has 2 L's. Yeah. Well, It is what it is. No, it is fun, man. Send me a photo of the Warhammer stuff, because do they have any mechs?
No. Well, yeah, I think I have some of the what is it? The Imperium something. But yeah, there's like 2 or 3 of the short mechs that we have.
I wanna since I got my air compressor fixed, so I want to airbrush some stuff.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it. We have a friend who's trying to get into 3D printing. If anyone out there is actually good at 3D printing and does not mind helping us out, our friend who is trying to get their D&D business off the ground was asking for any tips and tricks on how to upscale their stuff. I know that they're using like ZBrush and a few other programs, but just printing out some of these characters, and I mean, for us who actually like to paint and modify, it'd be really cool just to do for the fuck of it. So I would love to do that.
When he was talking, I was daydreaming, and no, I wasn't ignoring you. But I was like, why don't you have people painting figures in here? I mean, people are...
Well, so we have, that was what Gundam Club was, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately and fortunately, well, let's get into that after anything else you have to say about Intergalactic. Because,
no, that's pretty much...
because I'll say this. I am noticing a huge downtick on sales for certain places.
Yeah.
And there is a, not a rumor, but a fucking fact that a certain shop locally is going out of business and or is pretty much at death's door. And we've extended our hands out to them, but no response back. As far as just like, hey, man, if you need any help or flyers, or we're sending people that way, but apparently some bad blood went down between some owners, and we're just trying to see what...
This is a local place?
Yeah. It's not on our side of the pond, put it that way.
Yeah.
But I want to see people thrive, because we need to have those options.
Yeah. You want kids to be into comics and these things so that they continue to exist.
And it's crazy, because I still define kids as anybody even up to 50 or 60, because you see... I never remember the dude's name, but he's been like an EMT driver. He's been a fucking guy at the Boys and Girls Club. He's a really cool dude, but him and his son always come in. And really nice dude, but you see how he shares his passion with his son, where the son's like, what do you think about this one? You remember that one book that we read last week? Oh, yeah, that was the one with Jean Grey. That one goes into that. Do you want to read Jean Grey, or do you want to read Wolverine? I want to read Wolverine. Okay, we'll hope if that's here in 2 weeks, we'll come and get it. Like he's always on a budget, but he's very affirmative with his son on like, what story are we gonna read? And I like seeing that. No, dude, like the Sanctorum has been fucking blowing up.
I love it.
I know. I drive by. I drive by. I look in. I see like all kinds of sweaty people, and I honk beep beep beep, and then
you see me on a cross and then burning the dead center like Midsummer. I'm gonna put you, motherfucker.
That's bad for his blood pressure. He's not supposed to be upside down. Upside down cross.
Exactly. That's birchwood, boy. They ain't gonna burn.
Damn.
Hey, I'm pretty sure urine-soaked underwear do not catch on fire.
Oh God!
My hubris, my phone fucking skips onto "Come on, baby, light my phone." I hate the Doors.
What is it, covered by Jack Black?
Even worse. Yeah, exactly. Watch as I have no talent. So, no, it's the Polka Society has tripled.
Yeah.
In almost 2 weeks, and it's crazy because some of these kids came in. Well, a kid came in on Sunday morning and was like, "Oh, Miss Cynthia told me about you guys." And the dad came in. He's like, "Yeah, we want to buy an item for him," but the dad didn't have cash.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool, man." Because we're for anyone that out of context, we only are doing cash or Venmo at the moment. Excuse me. And the kid goes, "Oh, it's okay. Like, don't worry, Pop." You know. And I was like, "No, dude. You know what? Fuck it. The shop will cover it." It's like a $2 fucking anime figure. And I was like, "Don't even worry about it, bud." The kid was super nice. He goes, "Miss Cynthia told me about this place. That's got us a in."
Right.
And he was like stoked on telling us. He goes, "Yeah, she's my teacher. She told me to come to this place, so we came, and it's super cool.
She told me to come with no money.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'll get shit for free.
Yeah, exactly. She told me I would chump around this place. What else could I get? The dad proceeded to tell us that he worked for the city of Seaside at City Hall, and he was like, "Hey, I remember the uproar this place got when you first opened." And I was, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Yeah, when you guys had the Chad's thing." The male strip club.
Chad's Chubby Chasers.
Everybody in that building knows each other. So everyone was like, who the fuck approved a fucking male strip club in town? And he goes, it caused a bit of a tizzy for almost a month. They were like, who the fuck approved this?
The mayor is in his office putting on Captain America clothes. He's all, I'm going to stop this. That's your Batman voice, sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop this.
Yeah, exactly. He's, you know how they have the bat pole?
Yeah.
He jumps on it trying to come down it, and somebody throws him a 20. He goes, this is great. He's a public service announcement. Oh, no. Next on stage, the boy wonder.
I wonder
where my pantalones went.
Those aren't catching on fire.
Just some skivvies fucking hitting Edwin's face.
It's all dental floss. Those are not underwear. That's like a candle wick.
Oh man, fucking. The guy was like, yeah, dude, because you caused a fucking tizzy for us because people were like getting angry at each other, and I was all, huh, that's crazy. Yeah, man. And I was like, well, I'm sorry to have caused you. He goes, no, it's pretty funny in retrospect because we were just working one day, and then somebody goes, all right, we all need to have a meeting, and they were talking about
you go to that one channel that no one watches where it shows like the board meetings and stuff,
the
C-SPAN,
the C-SPAN of Seaside.
Yeah, it's like the Justice League of the city council. Like, we have to get serious. Someone is not checking paperwork.
Who approved a male strip club in Low Dock Bay 2?
Yeah. Now, are they going to have buffalo wings there? Because I might make an exception.
Do they offer fucking federal
It's just the
discounts?
Hooters. It's just the Hooters.
Oh.
Is it a buffet style? Or a steakhouse?
Well, then it got worse because we were down for about a year. Of trying to get stuff done.
Right, and then the church mob came over with the burning Bibles.
Yes.
That happened, and then it was like Mama Margaret's and Mommy Salami's Pizzeria, Uncle Herschel's Fudge Factory, packing it back since 1973, entrance through back door. 1974, entrance through back door. The tragic school bus and repair. And just the dumb shit that I was writing. And they were like, yeah, dude, we couldn't see in your building, and legally you're not breaking any law,
right? So
they couldn't go in. So he was like, yeah, it's just a citizen dizzy. You've done really well with the place. Like, oh.
He's all, I'm actually here with a job application. I am known as a Cinnamon Swirl.
As he walks over to the pole there.
Exactly.
Hi, my name's Cinnamon.
Yeah, exactly.
They call me Licorice.
We've talked about this on older episodes.
Oh my god!
So your stripper name or your porn name is the
street you grew up on.
Is the first pet you ever had, and then the first street you ever grew up on. So yours was
Cheech Lowell.
Cheech Lowell. That's okay.
Yep.
You sound spicy,
right? I am.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I had my first dog was his name was Chico. And then the Anderson, Chico Anderson.
Like you guys sound like you belong part of like a
Cheech
duo.
and Chico.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cheech
come on.
Chico. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, mine sounds like a very voluptuous dominatrix. I sound like mine's Chubbs Vanderhurst.
I feel like you're really plump but so pretty.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you. I'll fucking take that.
That face, gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't care that every time you bend over, something rips.
It's usually a ligament.
It's all. Those are new stretch marks.
Exactly.
Oh man.
When Morgan or any of the other fucking females from the sanctorium come to visit that wear, like nice makeup. I mean, I wouldn't wear that. What the fuck? I'm just minding my own business. Maybe you shouldn't. No, I mean, it's funny because like the guy, he had a good time, and then after that, he said thank you. The kid was super cool. Reached out to Cynthia and told her thank you. But then it just kind of kept going. Like we have the Poca Familia, Nick. I know he listens. Him, his wife, his son. The story about him, I think we talked about it or not. How him and Edwin met.
Oh yeah,
Through,
right.
Some live streamer. He's super fucking cool, man. Everybody there. There's V. There's all these different people that come in and they hang out, and you're seeing a lot more youngsters come in with their parents.
Yeah.
This week we had another kid come in with his dad, and he got just random pack. He was there, and immediately goes, "Oh, we heard about you from GameStop." And I was like, "Oh, cool! Thank you very much." And the kid made it a point to try to crawl over the counter. Taking mine, kid's probably about 5, but to give us a high five.
Oh, that's awesome.
And was like, "Dang it.
No kids on the counter, you little fart."
Yeah, this face is
Yeah, you're all get out.
Yeah.
Throw him completely out of the building with one toss.
Fucking
That kid weighed 23 pounds.
fucking Edwin comes up to him. He's like, "Mrs. Vanderhurst doesn't need to be touched."
Good into Mr. Vanderhurst's bed.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Chubbs, are you okay? Do not touch the assets. So fucking immediately, the kid goes to give us a high five, and he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And it feels cool to see kids see this place very fun.
Yeah.
But it's also nice because the parents also understand, because when they come in and I say, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" They see the door, 18 plus only,
Right.
unless with an adult. So we choose appropriate music for the mood, but for the most part, if somebody's cussing or saying anything, the kids are much more aware, and that's how I feel old, because I'm like, "Oh, they can't hear the word shit,"
Yeah.
and then they're like, "My kid hears way worse," and in my head, I'm
Right.
like, "I feel bad though," and then all of a sudden the kid will be pulling the cards, and as kids do,
He's
they're
all motherfucker.
yeah, not even joking. And one of the kids pulls a card and goes, "Oh shit!" Oh, fuck.
Different generation.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And then looks at his father and goes, "Todd, check it out." I don't like when kids call their parents by their first name.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's
It's his
I don't
stepdad.
like
That's
that.
why.
Oh.
It's his
So,
stepdad.
thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Todd.
yeah.
Another winner fucking batch of cards
Yeah,
there.
exactly. I wish you knew my dad
Yeah.
was the fucking my mom. So
I wish my dad's ghost would go in your body and make you kill yourself.
exactly. So Gengar.
So speaking of Gengar, I was at Target yesterday picking up some meds at the little drug dispensary, and who was there but Brian making a drop off?
Oh,
And-
UPS Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, "What's up? You want to collect on that hug?" And he goes, "You're not wearing a trench coat." He's a good guy. So,
I love him, dude, and his wit is so dry but so quick. I fucking love it, man.
always good to see Brian in the wild.
Absolutely. Same thing with Old Head, dude.
Yeah.
Old Head came in one day to just say hi, what's up, and he brought his. Dude, that guy is a true artist when it comes to music, but also in general, just as a, as they say in our industry, the carpet industry, he's a good.
He's a shagtastic.
Yeah, he's a good shagger. But no, he had his biker vest, and he put the Hank Hill the whoa on the back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he put that on the back of his motorcycle vest.
Really?
Oh, I have the photo of it. But just seeing people kind of come in and out, it's been fun. But the new society, man, is interesting because we're seeing. So the MTG stuff has grown like tenfold. Getting to the point now where we're having to push it to multiple
Every time you
days.
say MTG, I think about beer.
What's the-
It's like Miller Genuine draft cards.
where?
MGD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we oh, here it is.
Oh, okay. That to me looks like a sweaty ass back maker. That would have me sweating like a pig, and pigs can't even sweat.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that Old Head is actually a really in shape dude.
No, I know.
Yeah, not
He's
like
skinny.
us.
He
Yeah.
gets cold. That helps him.
But no, we started with that, and then On Friday, we stayed a little bit later because I think Anthony came down. He's one of the Magic players. And then they got some stuff. We got some new inventory in Modern Horizons 1, the Dungeons and Dragons Commander Masters, and I think we're getting Eternal Masters this week. They're on consignment, so that was cool. And this guy comes in. He's like he's Filipino. Dude's really nice, super cool.
That was interesting how you did that.
What, Filipino?
Filipino.
You being raised around a lot of them, it's the same thing of like when I say like tierra. It's just the word I'm used to saying.
I've been around him since I was 4. So my brother-in-law is Filipino, so yeah, that's very yeah.
Well,
you better watch that.
What?
How you say that?
Filipino, yeah.
Okay. Don't make me get my pancit out here.
You said Filipino. There ain't no F.
Oh, there is. Sometimes it's a P and sometimes it's an F. It just depends on who's writing.
I look Samoan, so they're more afraid of me than I am of them. What are they going to do? Hit me with a ukulele?
Ukulele. It's ukulele, bro.
So, no, he comes in, super nice guy, who was trying to get a Valentine's Day gift. This is a while back. And he goes, yeah, man, my wife is into Magic. I would love to get her some stuff. So I was like, yeah, for sure. So we get him a bunch of things, but he doesn't know much about Magic. He's more of a Pokemon
So you give him
guy.
the Magic order.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the best thing ever, which is actually what we call the team for the Magic players now. So we give him stuff. We give him a few packs, and then I was like, dude, grab a mat. We'll give you a discount, and grab a few boxes for the things. It's on the house. Don't even worry about it. I mean, we fucking rarely sell those boxes anyway. And I goes, oh, cool, man. And I go, what's your name? Think of the most Filipino dude you've ever seen in your life. And then the guy goes, Tyrone. And he was like, oh, it's really nice to meet you, Tyrone. Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's Dolomite.
Exactly. Look out. And so he goes, and then they come back. That was on the Friday. And his wife comes in, and Edwin is like, I know who this is. And Edwin's always very level. To see when you see him around, people can go, orale. Whenever he bursts up at somebody he has a big history with. Well, apparently she's the manager for GameStop.
Okay.
Right over here down the street. She goes, yeah, dude, we've been sending people your way.
Oh, nice.
And she goes, they had us do MTG nights over at at the shops now because corporate wants it. So there's been a big thing on TikTok of. You've seen a GameStop. They're not very big.
No, they're very small and very cramped.
Yeah.
The way they have everything set out.
They've been taking like one table and then 2 chairs and just 3 balloons, and they're all.
It's all 2 guys, the gathering.
That was
fucking. What was yours, Chico
Anderson?
Yeah, Chico Anderson.
Chico and Cheech.
Yeah, Chico and Cheech.
Yeah, let's start throwing wizard wands.
Oh man, so
I'm trying to stab you. That is not a dagger.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my sorcerer's bone.
Put it in my sheath.
Again? You complained last time.
Oh man, but yeah. So she came down. We were talking some shit, and she was like, "No, dude, we really appreciate you guys being here. We've been trying to send people over." So the society has been growing because of them. Shout out to Axis over at his shop. Shout out to Sharp Corners, and you're seeing a change in the air of how things are going with shops. The hard part is that it's expanding so big that we can't keep up, not just with product, but we can't keep up with how many people are coming in.
Right.
So Final Fantasy just dropped the pre-orders. 20 minutes was how long that pre-order was up, and it was sold out.
Damn.
Luckily for distributors, if John wants to get on it, he's got to order.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll say this, our order came out to $20,000. And I was like, fuck me. But after what happened with Fallout, it was just, it made sense. So we did the pre-orders, we did everything. And then on the next day, the Poker Society, hey man, would you do this? Or could you get that? It's hard. Everything you have to order super heavy because GameStop's fucking everybody. Yeah. And now they're having issues with people stealing cards and with this and that.
Well, even their TCG, I just saw something about how their TCG, there's people complaining don't do it. Don't do it. Your cards are getting stolen, or your cards are just, it's not a good situation. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Not like Cassie is her name. Cassie and Tyrone. Phenomenally, like, kind person. Like, that is who I would want to talk to. And it makes sense why Edwin has, like, such a great affinity for her. Anthony and so many others in the Sanctorum are like, oh yeah, I know her, dude. She's fucking rad. Kind of like when people see you, there's this great thing of like, dude, this is what I love to do, but I love coming to talk to this person. Even if I don't buy anything, I still enjoy talking to these people.
Right.
And so she came in and she goes, yeah, I've been doing retail a long time. You can't sell me anything. And I was like, cool, man. How about we just give you a pack on the house? So, you motherfucker, you can't do that to me. I was like, hey, don't let your lack of finances let your game stop you.
She's all, you've heard Two Men the Gathering? Cheech and Chico. Every Wednesday night. We're not even open Wednesdays. I know, they sit out front holding hands, sharing a Five Guys small fry. They're bottomless, you know.
One of them is.
That's called the sheath. That's why.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
So, I mean, it's been crazy, but now we're having to really think about
I'm shocked that GameStop is still there, honestly.
Well, you know what it is, man? I'll be honest. I really do feel that the only reason we're doing decent is because, like I was telling, Cassie had said a really endearing comment, and after talking to, I believe his name is Anthony from Sharp Corners, is like the only reason that places like ours are doing pretty damn well in the area, or by some of their words, killing the competition, is because people can buy from anywhere. Amazon is easy, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to fight a line, you just fight whatever is there. It's not necessarily the number one choice for everybody, but it's straight from your wallet to theirs.
Right.
And I feel like people are so ingrained with business tactics that it becomes a transaction. Everything about it is genuine. Mm-hmm. So when you come to a place like ours, or you go to places like theirs where they actually have people you can talk to, she runs a tight ship and she's fucking phenomenal, and everyone seems to love her. Same thing with Sharp Corners. Never heard a bad thing about those guys. Nope. So it's like when I hear about Intergalactic, I hear you. Yeah. That's the main thing. And so I feel like that is what is going to make it last, is the new generation is smart enough to know everything's a sale.
Right.
So if you don't have some connection, they don't want it.
Right.
They don't want any of it. At some point, we are seriously considering having to look at a bigger building because we're outgrowing what it is. The problem is I don't know how we're going to afford it, but I mean, whatever we can do for the society, we might as well.
Yeah.
But like the Poker Society, we're doing their merch. So they have badges now that I've already designed that go with their color-coded shirts. So there's a electric badge, a fire badge, a water badge, and they're all Sanctorum balls. And of course I was like, yeah, make sure to get your hands on our balls. Right. There's always got to be some stupid shit. But in general, to see the society themselves, the MTG guys help each other like mechanics. Fuck, man, I can't get this fucking thing to work. Hey, what's going on? When I'm turning the fucking key and the key's not working, and they're all listening, your problem is probably going to be this, man, and they help each other that way.
Yeah.
Versus the Poker Society is very much like they're much like, hey, man, we're on a boat, and this boat's got to get over there. Let's row together. And if you get tired, somebody else, hey, I'll fill in. There are two different societies that have great standard and moral. Mm-hmm. The Comic Society, for the most part, is always like, it's like a bunch of moonshiners and bootleggers, right? Where they're just like, listen, if I give you 2 on 5 on the next case, would you fucking get me 3 over 6 on the next? Fucking deal. All right, man.
He got a 5 on it.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta make me some money. I hear what was it again? Chico and Cheech are back in town on the unlimited fries tours.
They're looking for the fucking
unlimited fries. The unlimited fries tour is back in town.
Bottomless bag.
Bottomless bagged and blown out. Tour. Let's go, baby. Front row seats. Why not? Oh man, but it's been fun. It's been fun seeing how things are kind of moving along for the shop. But man, dude, it is crazy because you were talking about this off mic, or we were talking about it. Of you don't really get much time once you're doing things you love to do the things you want to love.
Right.
When's the last time you physically gotten to paint or draw the way you wanted to?
Oh, I drew actually. Few days ago I did another Virgin cover. I did a Galactus. So I mean I got to actually spend some time doing that. And I'm actually working on I want to do a series of posters. I'm just seeing how far I can push my iPad before it explodes in my hand. But I'm looking at like an 18 by 24 size.
Okay.
And very limited color palette. So maybe just like 3 colors.
Oh, shit.
So it would be like white would be the base or whatever the color of the stock would be, black and then one other color. So, yeah, I'm getting I'm getting my creative juices flowing, and then working on the next book.
Yeah,
so.
I the last time I've gotten to physically paint something for myself is a year.
Yeah,
like a genuine year. I've wanted to do something for me. But I mean, I still do the studies. Studies to me are different than like actual projects. But I'm not unhappy. Like the Discord stuff has been doing really well for me, and as far as Brushes of Doom stuff. But same thing for like you. When's the last time you've had a project for yourself?
Well, my last project was my Winter Soldier arm.
Yeah.
And so like I haven't done anything, and of course all the stuff that like kind of come up. But now that I'm kind of I'm slowly starting to get out of my cave. I mean, fuck, look, I shaved I'm no longer the beast, It's like I'm like...
Was there ever one?
Yeah. Well.
He's a Chico.
Chico.
No, but it's just like now that I'm...
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah.
But now that I'm starting to come out of the cave, so to speak, it's like I've been researching about how to build cosplay armor. Because it's like I've done all these things with Batman and just Doctor Doom and but I've never done anything like.
My favorite is your Moon Knight to this day.
Oh,
your Mr. Knight was fucking flawless.
I was just thinking about that last night because I was watching about how that was the other show that they canceled, Terror Inc. That was supposed to be like Creature Commandos, but it was going to be live action. It was going to have Man Thing. It was supposed to be what's her name from Elsa Bloodstone from Werewolf by Night.
Oh, I don't know the actress.
But the chick that was in that, she was supposed to get the spin-off. That was what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Werewolf by Night, Man Thing, her, and like bringing the supernatural, kind of like what Creature Commandos was doing. But that fucking got canceled. But Moon Knight was supposed to be part of that team as well, and I was thinking about
the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, because they canceled that too. Because they're making all these different changes because everything they want to do, it's like it's hard because they look at what happened with Cap. It's like they're trying to do these movies, but this movie felt like it could have been a season of a television show.
That's what Rob Liefeld's saying.
And like even with Daredevil, people are going to be disappointed that. Oh, we're not going to see Spider-Man. No, fuck that, dude. We don't need to see Spider-Man. We don't really need to see a whole lot of cameos. Maybe give us a few of the people that were in the Netflix series, but let Daredevil have his moment.
The whole theme and like flavor of that Daredevil show, Spider-Man does not belong in that.
No, not at all. No. Not at least at this point. And not even because I was thinking about this too. Like, yeah, it would be cool to see Spider-Man and Daredevil hanging out in fucking Hell's Kitchen and fighting. But the story's got to fucking make sense. And Holland is not in that mindset of like, I'm a Spider-Man that just fucking let go, like Andrew said. You know what I mean? So it's not going to fit in this particular instance.
Yeah, but he could also punch a hole in a fucking building. Murdoch can't. To fight Kingpin, which
He had sex with She-Hulk and survived.
He clapped them cheeks and lived. So
Absolutely. That's why he did the walk of shame.
That's right. He's all, I can't find my walking cane.
Exactly. That's why he could still see because his cheeks were still clapping.
Yeah.
It wasn't Megan the Stallion.
He's all, oh shit, you green? Oh damn. Moldy bread.
Oh man, no, you're right. I mean, I don't know. I want to see as things are kind of going and growing for everything. There's going to be a bubble.
Yeah.
Pokemon is at an all-time high right now, and it's the sneakerheads and the crypto bros that are really buying everything out, and they're flipping and scalping.
Yeah.
And a lot of shops are banding together to destroy the boxes that they're shipped in, so you can't resell them. And I'm all for it, dude. I will gladly ruin a fucking scalper's day any day of the week. But in hindsight, we've seen trends, right?
Yeah.
We've seen Beanie Babies, we've seen fucking fidget spinners,
Cabbage Patch,
Garbage Pail, fucking Pet Rocks.
Yeah.
You have all these different things that have
Tamagotchis. Even that just came back.
They go all through their phases and then they fade out. Pokemon, I feel, is going to fade out in a way that superheroes, unfortunately, the new generation doesn't care about them the way we did.
Right.
So they will be cast aside harshly. I think by the time we're a little bit older, give it about another 15, 20 years, most of these properties, they're just going to be up for public consumption.
Well, a lot of them are already starting to hit. Like Superman, his whatchamacallit is about to be public domain.
Yeah.
Popeyes just became public domain. There's a bunch of them that are like on the slate in the next like 3 or 4 years. It's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean at that point, you're gonna see one of two things happen. You're gonna see absolute fucking annoyance with anything to be done with that, as where like China right now is number one in the world for everything, whether it be economy, production, resources. We've fallen far behind.
Right.
Most of us that have grown up in a reality where it's like America number one, and now for a lot of people they can't take being number two. Which in my case, I'm like, I don't give a shit, dude. They make half of my shit anyway, so whatever. It's kind of that same world of where our fathers, our parents, grew up where cowboys were the superhero movies.
Right.
So now when we're older, they're like, oh my god, this is. When I was a kid, this was the shit. Now that's going to be us as superhero
and
movies.
they pumped out so much that it lasts, like they could replay all that for years. And it seems like, they're making cowboy movies. They weren't making cowboy movies for very long.
No.
Just the amount they produced.
Yeah.
It seemed like it, just like now with the superhero glut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you're looking at how that era worked, it's going to be the same thing for ours. But when it hits public domain, you're going to see individuals making better movies than studios.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at all the Star Wars fan stuff, and especially now with the very inexpensively, you can make really good effects.
There is somebody I was gonna, when you had the thing up on the YouTube, I was gonna tell you to check it out. Somebody had posted this Star Wars 1994. That's what it's called on YouTube. Have you watched it?
Yes.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. It's basically Arnold Schwarzenegger in Star Wars, and it is so well done. Like after watching it, I'm like, I would watch a full-on trilogy of this, even as far-fetched of the idea that is. It had Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main character, Will Smith as the second, and then who was the third person that was on that? But anyways, dude, Samuel L. Jackson. So it's like they took the best part of Finn from Force Awakens. That's who Will Smith's character is. He's a badass stormtrooper, black stormtrooper with a lightsaber. Sam Jackson comes back. He's like a Lando Calrissian type guy, but he's got his purple lightsaber willing to fucking slow down. They had fucking armored Ewoks, stormtrooper armored Ewoks in battle. Dude, like I said, it's such a far out of the realm of what Star Wars has always been, but it was so well done. And like even the cuts of like how they're making Conan and Raw Deal and Total Recall of those movies that Schwarzenegger did and intertwined it within this, so it felt like a Total Recall kind of Mission to Mars, like, dude, it was a fucking phenomenal
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because Total Recall, Schwarzenegger, and Star Wars would be great. Where it's just Yoda's growing out of some dude's asshole.
Oh,
he's
dude,
like,
Guado.
Dude, Yoda.
He's just like, destroy the reactor. Yeah. Destroy the reactor on the Death Star, Quaid.
All I know is there was a scene where they do
He's like,
show Yoda, dude.
You ugly. Oh,
Yoda is in stormtrooper armor with missing one eye and looking fucking just badass. And like the whole, like I said, the whole movie, like whatever the concept and premise is going to be, I was invested. I was like, dude, I would watch this. And Kathleen Kennedy made the big announcement yesterday. She is stepping away from Star Wars finally. And I have seen so many memes of people putting up the Ewok celebration at the end of Return of the Jedi.
She's
and
the
like
golden god.
she's the, you know, when they're taking the Emperor's statue down, like it's pictures of her on it. It's like, dude, yeah. So
I mean,
quit attacking the poor woman.
no. She deserves every attack she gets.
Star Wars was dog shit before Kathleen. Yes, it was. Kathleen was around when fucking Mandalorian was still here, no?
Yeah, but look at the resurgence that it brought with even the only one project that she did that actually brought anything out of it was Rogue One.
All things under her guidance have her name attached to it.
Right.
How many of Star Wars projects did Lucas, when he owned it, like fully owned it, was his name as the director producer? How many of them?
Just one. Yeah.
Yeah, but he gets all the credit. When it's good, everybody wants to praise that motherfucker to be the guy. When it's bad, they want to point out which one is or isn't. In this case, Kathleen Kennedy was around for the entire thing of all the new stuff, so you can't pick and choose. Mando, her name gets attached to Mando, regardless if people like it or not.
Right.
So, by that standpoint, Star Wars, I think, will do better with less corporate hands in it. Unfortunately, that's never going to happen. Look at what happened to their hotel. It's the fandom, right? DC Comics is getting it too. WB is so worried of like, oh my God, no one's going to like B actors. Dude, nobody knew who fucking Cavill was.
Right.
He was good. Nobody knew half of the fucking people in Rogue One when it came out, outside of Donnie Yen and a few other characters, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the majority of it, they weren't
and it's a
solid fucking movie. Right. So that being said, is like, I love the idea that people are getting more concerned with new faces because this is a transition. You guys absolutely remember this time, but 1986 to 1997, that is the mecca of really good movies that were fucking weird and not weird. I was watching something on TikTok the other day, and it was like Masters of the Universe, and it was, I forget the little weird Schmeagle looking guy.
So Will Delore or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Billy Barty is the actual actor.
Yeah.
So I had a memory as a kid of these two trolls, and one of their noses falls off, and they're like in a junkyard at night. I could not remember what the fuck that movie was. And I remember walking into a video store when I'm talking like 6 or 7, and I saw it on this giant mounted fucking tube TV.
It's all chug fucklers.
No, it looked like Chud. Like it looked like it almost looked like Ghoulies as well.
Okay.
So it had like the Jim Henson puppeteering look. And then I'm trying to remember what it is, but my brain really fucking focused on these specific cooler Donnie Darko colors. I see the scene, and it's fucking Masters of the Universe.
Oh, shit.
It's the same scene. It is just not the colors I was thinking. And I was like, no fucking shit. Oh, wow. But that specific time was a really harsh time where Don Rickles and, why do I always fucking forget his name? Robin Hood Men in Tights, Blazing Saddles.
Mel Brooks.
Thank you. Fucking Cheech and
Chico.
Chico, yeah.
Cheech and Chico. Wednesdays at 7.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, during that time, you had all these huge actors that were around for decades who were falling secondary to Stallone, fucking Van Damme, what's this face? God damn, I'm having COVID brain too. No, like all the kung fu guys, all the action stars.
Yeah.
Oh, like
then
Jet Li
Chuck
and all
Norris.
them.
Chuck Norris, but
right.
But yeah, he was already kind of
Seagal, Seagal. Then
Van
you go
Damme.
into the 90s, and then you have, who's this guy? Brad Pitt. Who's Leonardo DiCaprio? Every 10 years, there's a stability in the actress market. that people have familiarity with. Either you grew up with them or you've had time with them. Or you've had no time with them. Now we're at the precipice. Every 40 years is a hard reset. Mm-hmm. Brad Pitt's not going to be Brad Pitt for much longer, dude. Bruce Willis, one of the biggest action stars of all time. He's a shell of a former self. Yeah. And I feel that studios have always banked on 30, 40 years of like, well, this is what's worked since the 80s during the boom. Now we're seeing all these no-name actors, but it's the new generation. You don't know who's going to be big if you don't give them a shot. I would rather see no-name actors in Star Wars movies to give them a shot to be like, all right, let's see what's up.
The other thing is you have so many more platforms that are releasing content.
Yeah.
So, that's true. Netflix, Amazon, all this, in addition to major studios and everything, and then just regular.
You said that you had seen the SNL movie, right?
Yeah,
on Netflix? Yeah, a good example is, I believe it was Aykroyd who said it, or somebody that's still alive from the original cast, that they would have never had they would have never had a shot at becoming who they were at the time for SNL, in living color, any of that stuff, had they had cell phones where anybody can become a content creator.
That's true.
They were only popular because that was the only source you can get them from. The Ed Sullivan Show, if you made it on there, you made it.
Look at the Beatles.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what did they do? Three times on the Ed Sullivan Show.
And the Iconic, would you say that as a band?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, right? They defined an entire idea of a point in time.
Right.
But they were only around for 7 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think, but like...
But they still have sold more... They're like the biggest band ever.
The whole Jesus controversy.
Right.
Where it's like, you think that you're better than Jesus. He's like,
we're bigger than Jesus.
Yeah, he's all, I never said that. We're bigger than Jesus, but that we sell more merchandise.
I never made a record.
He's like, come down to the St. Home if you want to see something sad.
Bottomless fry bag. Don't lie. If you were a wizard,
Chico, it's my favorite.
If you were a wizard, you would have a fucking bag that had endless fries in it.
Yeah,
I would have every once in a while an onion ring pop in there.
One ring to rule them all.
Yes.
That's like, I need 5 and barbecue sauce pouch.
These wizards, all they do is eat.
Yeah.
It's both you.
God damn, is that a couch or a wizard? That's a very fat couch.
Cassie's watching you guys fucking zoinked out of your mind on fucking methamphetamines. Just talking to
we would not be eating if we were zonked on meth. We're like all scratching each other's faces. You got bugs all over you.
What else do we want to talk about before we end the episode this week?
I don't know. Just be nice to each other out there. Fuck, dude.
Absolutely not.
Scalpers, stop being dicks and buying up all the shit. Like it's really ruining the fucking. It's ruining it for toy collectors. It's ruining it for cards. It's
human nature to be a leech.
Yeah.
I've said this a dozen times on the pod, but that was my point earlier about why I'm not worried too much about it. The Pokemon market that we see it, the Poke Society, the all that shit's gonna crash hard.
Yeah.
Anybody that's holding real value in this shit better sell it now. And if you can't get it at max, you better get it at 60%, because unless you are truly into the collectability of it, that's why Magic the Gathering nerds are so fucking specific, and D&D nerds are so specific, or even Star Wars. Does not matter how much people are like, I fucking hate Star Wars. Now look at my shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
MTG, I fucking hate Universes Beyond. They've announced Avatar The Last Airbender. They've made a joke of it. It's Fortnite. Yeah, but you're still going to play. Now shut the fuck up and buy some cards, sweaty. And same thing for Pokemon. Like, there's people, when we were buying Pokemon 3-4 years ago, and then we stopped because nobody cared.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it. But there was like the true bluers who were like, hey, man, I'll grab a box. You know, I like to crack them with my kid or whatever. It sucks to say, but it's like a shot of insulin, right? Everything starts, overloading and getting super fucked up, and all of a sudden you feel like it's going to die. And then it eventually fucking does, and this shot of like social insulin comes in, and then it goes back to a steady market. It sucks because as people are going to drive those markets up, it makes it this big thing that happens to every other craze. And luckily for us is that, well, you just got to hold.
Yeah.
Just got to hold and then make a good experience for people. And who's ever actually truly into it, they'll be there. You know, the whole idea of a market behind something that you really love kind of ruins it. It gives you a high, but it also depletes the joy of it too. When you first, like if you could go back in time, when you bought your first 181 Hulk, did you have any other thing in your head besides, I just want to read it?
No, I bought that because of what it was at the time. Like I was too young to buy it off the rack.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it aftermarket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had you been that age?
So I mean, I could just say, shit. I remember buying Secret Wars at Mal's Market.
Yeah.
The pink cover with Cap all looking like he's taking a shit.
Yeah.
And just to this day, that's a fond memory. I just wanted that because it was a cool story. And all my favorites are coming together, and then they were putting toys out for it. But yeah, that was just, I wasn't getting it because I'm like, oh, this is going to be worth something. It was worth something to me.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying is that it sucks, but you need to have it go back to where Diamond is
dead, right?
Dead, dude. Like what's crazy too is all their debts department, everything. No one's fucking asking for shit. No one's doing anything. No one's fucking trying to push as much.
Oh,
as
too bad! You should have ordered $50,000 worth of shit and got it.
I should have.
Yeah, $100,000.
No, but I'm saying it's like you're seeing all these people in the company that aren't pushing it like they used to.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, well, here's what you ordered, and do what you got to do, but nothing beyond that.
So they're not shipping anything.
No, they're shipping, but they're just trying to stay afloat until eventually what happens. Yeah, and then it'll shift to another market. The thing is
so Marvel books and all that, they're still coming in.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
slowly.
Yeah.
Like, even DC is slacking.
Yeah, I didn't even get DC last week or this week. So
yeah, for me, that's why I think why I think we here have a better advantage than most places is we need more space for the events, TCGs, and definitely like parking or the punk rock flea market stuff we want to do. But to be honest, we've always thrived as a back issue place. That has always been our goal. I like getting new issues, but nobody ever buys them. And then who does buy them, they always have the guilt of, oh, I should go to Intergalactic or I should go to Current. And for me, I kind of said, you listen, dude, if you want to get the new stuff there, go. If you want to talk about it over here, you're more than welcome to. But I don't know. I feel like we're in this weird time where somebody somewhere in France, there's a story about like this, like economies in the world. Mm-hmm. I was reading this book maybe like 2-3 years ago, and it's like the idea of ideas. And it just states about every single person looks at the wealthy man and says, I wish. And everyone looks at the poor man and says, I hope. I wish I could be that. I hope I don't become that.
Yeah.
And he goes, but nobody thinks about the in-between, the now, the middle generation. And he says that at some point, somebody made the best wine in the world, and it was just a young nothing. And so that person goes, I have to sell my house. It's no good. Yeah. And they left 300 bottles of that wine. And then within 60 years, the depreciation goes massively up. And that person says, hey, man, all these wine connoisseurs, all these sommeliers, all these people who have absolutely learned what the value of something is. This guy goes, you mean these 300 bottles they have? Dude, those are worth like $100,000 each. Well, how about I just sell you one and see how you like it? And then the scarcity goes off and off and off, and it creates this idea of like what it is to actually have something. We're hitting the age now where we are 6 years away. 6 years away in total from the very first Golden Age comics, Centennial books. So every single book that you have that is a Golden Age or a Silver Age is approaching 100 years, and it is a finite wine. It doesn't mean much to people now, but I'm willing to sit on books for 20, 30 years. Why? Because when I allow people to buy here at the Sanctorum, whether it be cards or it be this or that, it may not be hot now, but it's a part of history. And people over time who are true collectors, not the scalpers, are going to be like, oh my God, dude, I've never owned a first edition energy card. Mm-hmm. You know, how much is it? $5 for an energy card? Fuck yeah, dude, first edition, let's go. Versus a comic where it's like, I have a box of Walter Lantz books. And just to go back and see how different the times were.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Jungle Boys.
Yeah. Celebrate our differences.
Maguma, Mugi Maguma. And so, to sit there and look at something, it's hard because every month that you get a new story in, if it's just a slate and there's no actual context or quality to it, you're just adding to a bunch of chaff that won't be anything for years. And if it hits like Jeff the Shark, fucking rad for you. I want to see more, but there is a lot of great and older stories that can meld with newer ones. And when you're collecting with your daughters as they get older, when you're collecting with your son as you get older, it's nice to be like, check out this shit. This is what I grew up with. But now it's a finite thing. So I feel like a lot of the shops that are trying to keep up with the new. How many Naruto statues do you need? How many Pokemon statues do you need? Like, it's just becoming trash at this point. So the people want stuff that means something.
Look at Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
We know somebody. We know exactly somebody who got really fucking lippy when we first opened up. And that was trying to be fucking cheap. And I'm your best customer. And I am this and I'm that. And that dude absolutely spent, I believe it was $35,000 on Pops. And now the collection, because he shared the collection on the Pops app. And I still have it. And to check it, it's only worth about maybe like $400. You know, like $35,000 to $400, dude. Like, it's just a fad.
Yeah.
If you're just gonna hold on to it, it is what it is. Now, if you really do love Pops, it's worth what you think it's worth.
Right.
And somebody's gonna collect that. I have the Sailor Moon ones for Sanzu at the house, and her Godzilla ones, and her Fallout / Skyrim ones. Cool.
I have a couple because they were like the Kylo Ren's little not him, but I can't remember their name now. But those fucking the ragtag bunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Those guys look cool. Those were like the coolest fucking thing about them.
And they never did anything with them.
Exactly.
I have a Xenomorph.
Knights of Ren.
I have a Xenomorph. I have a Kratos. I have a Batman, and I have a Vash the Stampede and Cowboy Bebop. That's it. It's like 6 of them. They have the tubs, the rubber ducky ones. Sanzu got me those, which are, to me, they're much more cooler. But I think out of those ones, we have a Grinch, we have an Atreus, and Kratos, and that's it. Like, again, like, they're cool for shelving toppers. They're not necessarily like 500 of them.
Right. Yeah.
So, but hey, man, people live through their fads, but I don't collect anything I don't see true value in for myself. You know, like, if it doesn't mean anything to me in the long run, and I'm just trying to make a buck off of it, I don't really have much interest in it.
It's gotta have something that pulls me. That is actually like, I have to invest my money into this. Right. So is this going to pay me back with good vibes, good feelings, like give me nostalgic vibes, whatever? Yeah. If it doesn't, then fuck, I can just walk away from it. Like, I was at Target and I saw those little Ben Cooper figures. They're the Halloween costumes, right? And so I had several Ben Coopers, as we've talked about in the past. Go listen to some old episodes. But there's a picture of me. I was probably maybe 4 years old with the skull one.
Oh, dope.
And I'm standing in the front yard. Basically, take my body now, my stature, the way I stand, put it on like a 4-year-old. And I did a book with Steve Niles, who did 30 Days of Night. And that became a movie. And that's the only way they had money to pay me is because it was that Steve Raimi movie money.
Oh, shit.
So it's called Very Big Monster Show. And I took that photo of myself and I put it in a frame on the wall of this couple in the comic. So it's like,
that's you.
That's me.
That's
but
cool.
I want that toy. Like, I don't need them.
Right.
And I'm like, I want to see it. And if it's like, this is pretty dope, because that was me right there.
That's
Boom,
cool.
I want to get that.
That little pocketbook for Dick Tracy. That one was something my dad really fucking was into. Like, I've, again, listened to older episodes. The older episodes to me are the funnier ones, 12 through 49. But that one we got in a collection, and Iconic also got me another one as well. Shout out to him. But that one was published 38. That little book.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it's almost 100 years old, and it's just sitting right there. And What I love about that too is that I still open it very carefully and I read some of the old serials, and it's funny where Dick Tracy goes down to the docks and sees Blockhead. What are you doing, Blockhead? He's like, yeah, I'm over here doing blocky things. Don't make me knock your block off. What will they do next week on Dick Tracy?
He's gonna find Mr. Balls.
But you know, it's
Ballingus.
It's so cheesy, but I love that more than most of my collectibles because there's some sentimental value.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
If you're going to get something new, let it add to that sentimental. You know, I mean, everybody's trying to make their quick buck. That's why, no matter what, you know, at the end of the day, you buy a pack for $7. I pulled a $300 card. Cool, that's awesome, man. Is a piece of cardboard worth $300 to me? As a businessman, yeah, it has to be. But to me as an individual, no.
Every time I hear something like that, I think of Debo in Friday, and I'm all, oh, I got a card that's worth about $300.
What, bike home? All right. Well, what are your recommendations for the week, boys?
I went and saw a movie called Last Breath, Monday Movie Mysteries. That's my favorite thing to do these times. Woody Harrelson, Sim Liu, Shang-Chi, and I can't remember the other guy's name. It's based off a true story. Deep sea divers, and they're out. I think it's somewhere in fucking.
Is it that true story one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not want to watch that. I do not.
Dude,
want to watch that.
it was phenomenal. Like the idea of, you know, how dangerous of a job it is. First of all, they have this huge ship that they're out there, you know, trying to get to this substation that's underwater, because these are where all the cables. This is all the connection for electricity, for phone, and that kind of stuff. So they have a mission to go and do repair work or just maintenance on it. And when they get down there, two of the divers, and it's interesting, like all the stuff that they have to do. They have to go in these decompression chambers,
Right.
and they have to be in there for like a couple days, just getting used to the
acclimate themselves so they don't die when they go down.
Well, it's not so much they don't die when they go
Get the
down.
bends and all
It's
that.
coming back up.
Yeah.
They have to change the oxygen
the
level
atmospheric
and the
pressure.
helium and everything else that they have to get in their body. So, but just when they finally get down there, dude, that's the scary part. Is like you only have the flashlight on your head, on your helmet. You have the bell, which is the thing that they use to drop you down, and it gets close enough to the bottom, but you have another like 300, 400 feet of line that you're connected to for communications, air, everything, even water, hot water in your suit to keep you warm,
Right.
because it's freezing temperatures down there. But it's pitch black. And so anyway, at one point, one of the divers gets fucking left behind. Like the current, it's a huge storm that's going on, so it ends up dragging the boat, and in the process, it drags everybody behind it. He gets stuck on a piece of the station that they're doing the repair on, and it snaps his line. And so that's all he is told is like, just get to the top of this station and clink yourself to it so we can come back and find you. Because now has no air coming in directly. He's got 2 tanks on his back. That's 10 minutes of breath. And dude, they show the timer, you know, and that was the part that was the hardest to watch. And when he's down in the deep, he only has the flare, and it's just red and darkness. And some of the visuals of the bubbles and the way it was it was phenomenally done. But it was also like, fuck, that's a serious job. And he was in the underwater for 29 minutes, dude, and made it. And like at the end, when they bring him back and how he comes back, it was just a miracle. Because even the doctors, after they did all the tests and everything, and they were like, you had no physical or mental like problems after that. Like you're fine. Like whatever happened to you. Yeah. Like no, dude. Like it was seriously like, I was like, damn, that's pretty impressive of a job, but also what kind of a fear factor that you have to go into it, and just like, all right, I just got to face this, and then to almost die. And then they tell you at the end, like 3 weeks later, they went back and they went and finished the job that he didn't get to do the first time, and successfully did it. So, but no,
did it.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't fucking care. Not like any of these guys are gonna go see it.
I'm not.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Alex Rivera came into the chat and says,
Hey.
came by to say that Captain America, Captain Falcon, and Angriana Jones.
That's good. That's good.
Was a mess. 7 out of 10 was too generous.
Yeah.
My 3 out of 10, I think, was too generous.
Angry at it.
That's a good one. I like that.
So stupid. Oh man. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And that was called what?
Last Breath.
Last Breath.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's worth checking out. What about you?
I watched The Gorge, which is basically like a tower defense movie.
Oh, shit.
That's all it is. I mean, if you're watching it for free, yeah. If not, better than Captain Angry Pants or whatever.
Yeah. My movie pick, because it's back on Prime right now, I believe it is, and or Hulu, one of the two. But it is back to see outside the paywall is The Void. One of my favorite Lovecraftian horror movies. If you want to see a good horror movie that is a low budget, but you don't even notice it's low budget.
Actually, the quality of it definitely was a shoestring, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's very well done.
It's a bunch of people in sheets, and not the bad sheets. But I mean,
it's bad. They bad.
Yeah, not racist though.
Not racist.
Yeah, they're intergalactic racial.
Yeah,
but they're not like
they're cosmic horror.
Yeah, they're cosmic racists. But no, but for such a small cast and a lot of practical effects,
And not a lot of different settings either.
No,
it's all basically in that hospital.
Yeah, it's in the hospital, and it only takes place in like 4 rooms.
Yeah,
and it's done well. But it came back on to streaming, and it is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Good suspense.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
I had
good
suggested
suspense.
this 2 years ago. And
And then
watched it.
I watched it, and I have a copy of it. So
Yeah,
I can
it is
go back
fucking
to
worth it. So yeah, The Void, I would check that out. All right, that'll be it for this week. We got to get back to work. But all right, guys, if you guys want to come over and check out some cool stuff, head over to Intergalactic Imports over at Del Monte Mall. You can go check out Butch and his press with Vex Eject, his brand new book that is now out on Amazon.
Yeah, get out on Butcher Brand, and if I have a couple that I'm going to give away. So if you want a copy, just send me an email or a DM, and then if I pick you, then I'm going to send you one, and I expect you to read it.
Yeah,
So-
Are you going to sign it?
well, it's a PDF that they're going to download, but
Yeah, he's all going to hack your computer and sign it.
yeah. I will have physical copies,
Okay.
and I'll put some here.
Contact him at Butcher Brand.
Yes.
And then if you want to keep up to date with all things Sacred 8, check us out at sacred8studio.com. Join the Discord to come and talk some bullshit with us. Get ready for the pre-orders for all the new merch that will be in this coming month. March is when the first pre-order shipments go out for hoodies, coaches jackets, windbreakers, t-shirts, hats, and new beanies. Check us out for the card nights. We have MTG on Saturdays. We have the Polka Society on Sundays, and Dungeons and Dickheads, which will now be open to the public, coming this spring on Fridays.
Cool.
So, all right, keep up to date with all things Sacred 8, and so say the
Society.
Sold.
I want that bottomless bag of fries now.
What was the name of the